Hello students, welcome to the next class of mathematics. So we'll continue with the chapter of decimal fractions. This will be my sixth video on that, and today will be the concluding video for this chapter. Now we have done till now a lot of things like conversion from fraction to decimal, decimal to fraction, arranging decimals in ascending and descending order, then the place values of decimal places, decimal digits, then the word problems, then conversion of units. All these have been discussed in my earlier videos. Now today I'll teach you that how would you convert a fraction to decimal by division method. Now in my video number 4, I have explained you how to convert any fraction to decimal by converting denominator to 10 or powers of 10. That in that video I have explained to you how it can be done by converting to equivalent fractions with denominators 10 or powers of 10. That was in video number 4. Today I'll be teaching you how to convert fraction to decimals by division method, right? I'll take one or two examples, then I'll take up some multiple choice question which you will do it, and I hope that you have been completing your work in the classwork register regularly, because we are doing all these exercises. So daily if you are doing it, only then it would be better, because whatever you are studying on the video and you are doing it on your own, then the understanding is always better, right? So let's proceed. So I'm taking up my today's beginning is how to convert conversion of fraction to decimal by division method. By division method. This is my heading. So I am taking an example. So example 1. 3 whole 1 by 4. Well, I have just taken mixed fraction. It can be any fraction. I am taking mixed fraction. Well, the other method you already know. I will revise it with you. First we convert it to what? Improper fraction. 3 4s are 12 plus 1, 13 by 4. To convert 4 can be easily converted to 100. So to do that, we multiply 4 by 25. So I have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 25. 25 3 times is 75, 7 in hand. 25 1 times is 25 plus 7, 2, 25, 7, 3 to 5 by 100. Now since there are 2 zeros in the denominator, we shift from right to left 2 places from here to here. So my answer would be what? 3.25. This we have already done, right? Now how this would be done by division method? That is what I am going to teach. So first and foremost, again we convert it to improper fraction. So the dividend is 13 and the divisor is 4. Alright? So the 4 3 times is 12. We get a remainder which is not a 0. If the remainder is not a 0, then we put decimal and we can put some zeros after that. You know that after decimal we can put as many zeros. After that it does not make any difference. So once I put and I am crossing, now if I have to copy down the 0, I have to put a decimal in the quotient also, and then I copy down 1 0 from there. Now 4 2 times is 8. 2. Again you can copy a 0. 4 5 times is 20. Now you keep dividing, you keep putting on zeros and you keep dividing till the remainder is 0. Now the remainder is 0. So 3 whole 1 by 4 by division method, answer would be same to you. Whichever method you use, answer would be same. So if you are able to convert into a decimal fraction, very easy. Otherwise, you can easily go by division method also. Right? I'll take one more example. 7 whole 3 by 8. Now, 8 7 times is 56. 56 plus 3 is 59 by 8. Now, 8 can be easily converted to 1000, I have told you, by multiplying by 125. Well, that is upon 1000. I have to multiply 125 by 59. So I'll multiply here. Okay, I'll multiply here 125 by 59. 9 5s are 45. 9 2 times are 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. 9 ones are 1 plus 2 11. 5 5 times is 25. 2 is 9. 5 2 times is 10 plus 2 12. 5 1 5 plus 1 6. 5 7 3 6. So I get 6375. This is the decimal fraction. 6375 divided by 1000. How many zeros in the denominator? 3 zeros. So from left to right, 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 6.375. This is by the working which I have already told you. Now the same thing we'll do by division method. Let's continue. Same example, example 2. This is example 1. And now I am taking example 2 by division method. Divisor is 59. Sorry, dividend is 59. Divisor is 8. Alright? 8. 7 times is 56. When you subtract 3, now the remainder is not a 0. So put a decimal, right? And we can put the zeros after that. 2, 3, as many we need, we keep on putting. As I am going to use a 0, I have to put a decimal in the quotient also, right? And then we can use the 0. Now 8, how many times? 8 3 times is 24. 6, we again take a 0, right? 8 7 times is 56. 4, again copy a 0. 8 5 times is 40. We keep on doing it till the remainder is 0. So what is our answer here? Answer by division method is 7.375. This is by division method. And I made mistake. Yes, I made mistake here. So now I realize I made mistake. 6 plus 7 wouldn't be 6 here. It would be, sorry children, it would be what? It would be 7. So this would be 7. And this answer has to be same by whichever method you do. So that is how I realized my mistake also. So I made an error here. 6 plus 1 would have been 7. Sorry for that. So this is 7.375. And by division method also it is 7.37. So is it clear children? So you should know both the methods, and whichever you find convenient to do it, until it is stated in the question that you have to convert fraction to decimal by division method, then it is necessary that you go by this method. If the question says convert fraction to decimal by converting to decimal fraction, then you have to go by this method only. Otherwise, if you are just asked convert this to a decimal, it is up to you whichever method you use. So that is why I have taught you both the methods. Now I will take up some questions of this is exercise 5F MCQ multiple choice questions. Let's do few of these multiple choice questions. Now multiple choice question is this exercise is actually the revision exercise of all what we have done in the chapter till now, right? And after that is one again for quick calculations and all these mental maths, which you are supposed to do orally, if at all little calculations somewhere, but then in that case your working should be direct, right? So after every chapter you have these multiple choice questions and this mental math. This is for your revision. Today I am taking some questions of this. It is exercise 5F. Now exercise 5F, the ones which I am doing on the board, you will write in your classwork register. Remaining you can do in your practice register. So I will be taking 3-4 questions from this. Let's see which ones. Let me see. Some of them are direct oral ones, no problem. I am taking question number 4. The question is 0.125. We have to convert to fraction in lowest terms. In lowest terms. Lowest terms means will reduce also. So first of all we have to convert decimal to fraction, and that you know is quite easy, right? Right children? Let's see. So when we copy, remember, we draw this line. For decimal put 1. As I said, you don't have to show that, but if it is easier, you can always show it. And as many decimal places are there, put zeros after that, right? So it is converted to what? A fraction. It is 125 by 1000. Now in lowest terms means if there is a common factor, to divide by that. Now we can see it is both numerator and denominator have common factor 5. So I am dividing by 5. 5 2 times is 10 and 2 zeros follow. 5 2 times is 10, 2 5 5. Again both have common factor 5. So 5 5 times is 25, 4 0. Again both numerator and denominator they have common factor 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 8 times is 40. So this decimal in the lowest term is nothing but what? 1 by 8. So that is how you convert decimals to fractions. This is decimal fraction, and then we divide by the common factor, both numerator and denominator there is a common factor, and you get it in the lowest terms. Reducing to lowest terms we have done in the fraction exercise. In that we have done this, how to reduce to lowest terms. Okay. Let's take question number 5. Question number 5. What is it? 8 rupees 5 paisa. 8 rupees. Didn't I teach you how to convert paisa to rupee? I think let's convert that also. Okay. 1 rupee, everybody knows 1 rupee is 100 paisa. If you don't know, well, you should be handling a little bit of money so that you know that 1 rupee is 100 paisa. Now, as I taught in unit conversion, same we will do it here. If I have to find 1 paisa would be how many rupee? Well, it would be 1 upon 100 rupee. That means 1 paisa, we convert the decimal, 2 zeros, 2 places, 0.01 rupee. So 1 paisa is is how many parts of a rupee? 0.1 by 100th part of a rupee, and in decimals it is 0.01. So we divide by 100 to convert paisa to rupee. Okay, or 2 decimal places. Now they are saying, what is the question? 8 rupee 5 paisa. Very good question, I would say. 8 rupee 5 paisa. 8 rupees 5 paisa. Okay. So it's 8 plus 5, and paisa I am dividing by 100 to convert to be same unit because I have to write in decimal. Right? Now divided by 100 means, you know, remember 2 zeros in the denominator. So 2 places 1, 2. So it would be 0.05. See, it is 0.05. Well, what is your answer? 8.05 rupees. It is 8.05 rupees. So which answer is the correct one? C. Option C is the correct option. This is very important. 8 rupee 5 paisa is not 8 rupee 5 paisa is not this. It is not 8.5 because it is divided by 100, so 2 decimal places would be there. When 2 decimal places is there, it is 0.05. Don't make this mistake too. So what is your answer? 0.05 means 5 paisa, and if it is this, it means 50 paisa. 8 rupees 50 paisa, because we can easily add the zero after decimal. It doesn't make any difference, and always paisa should have 2 decimal places. So I put 0. Now how do you read it? 8 rupees 50 paisa. So 8.5 is 50 paisa, and for 5 paisa is 8.0. Right, children? Clear any problem? Okay, no problem. Let's do 1 or 2 more questions. Question number 7. So every question teaches you something or the other. So that is why I advise children not to leave any question. In fact, you should be, if possible, try the reference books. There is a very good book by M.L. Agarwal, and you are already following R.S. Agarwal. You can go by M.L. Agarwal, and there are many books in the market. So you can purchase any book of your class and go for the reference book and practice the question. But don't leave any question in place of your book. You see, every time you come across a new situation, you understand or you learn something new. Okay? So now I'm taking up question number. Okay, fine. Question number 7. They are asking 6 whole 19 upon 1000. Okay, this is very easy. So we have to convert to decimal. So 3 zeros means from left to right, from right to left, 3 places. 1, 2 and 1 more. So what is your answer? 6.019. So which option is the correct option? That is 6.019. Option C is the correct option in this case also. Okay. Question number 11. 5 tenths. 5 tenths. Tenths means 5 upon 10. And we have to write as decimal. Well, 1 0, 1 place, 0.5. So which option is the correct option? 5 tenths, 0.5 is A option is the correct option. A option is the correct option. So you see, these are simple questions. Alright, 13th question also. Let's do 13th question. These chapters which we are doing, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fractions, decimals, and some more chapters, percentage and all that, this all form the foundation for your mathematics. And the concepts of integers, sign concept, addition, subtraction, multiplication, those sign conditions and all, decimals and fractions, this is very, very important, children. It's not just one chapter. This is building your foundation for your future mathematics. If things are clear now, you will not make errors while you are calculating bigger numbers. You are handling different situations in numbers, right? So this chapter, all the chapters which you have done are very, very important. You will be practicing that as many times as it is possible. So don't neglect it. My advice would be, children, do not neglect it. So question number 13, it says 6 kilometer 225 centimeter plus 3 kilometer 75 centimeter. Now I think there is some error, because I'll change the question here, because the answers are although the answer would be none of these, because the answers which are given, whatever various answers given, there are 3 decimal places, and 3 decimal places is for meters, because 1 meter is equal to, if you see the table, 1/1000 kilometers. So 3 decimal places are there in that case. So I'll change it to meters. Okay, you also can change it to meters. Don't go for, because kilometer and meter is more appropriate than centimeter. Kilometers we don't change to centimeters normally. Kilometers converted to meters, and meters are usually converted to centimeter. So we'll change this question. Question number 13, you make it as meters, right children? Now let's do it. So 6 plus 225/1000, because I've told you meter to be converted to kilometer. So 3 plus, okay, kilometer, 75, I'll combine later on, okay, kilometer. So 6, now this would be 3 decimal places, 0.225 kilometer plus 3 decimal places, 0.075 kilometer. Now I'll add up. So it would be 6.225 plus 3.075 kilometer. So since we don't have to add, we have to give the answer according to the book. So which is the correct option? C. The C option is, no, B. B option, 6.225 plus 3.0, yes. B option is the correct option. Option B is the correct option, right? So you will change this question, children. It will not be centimeter, it will be meter, as you must have understood by now. So this chapter we have divided. This chapter has been divided. The work has been divided in 6 videos, children. I've tried to take up a particular exercise in one video, and some places where there was more explanation, I have done in 2 videos. So you will be completing this work, children, and since now 2 chapters have been done of the half-yearly syllabus, I'll be putting up a test on fractions and decimals very soon. So tomorrow Monday I'll be putting up in my very soon I'm putting up the test on both the chapters. So prepare it so that you can assess yourself that how much you have understood or how much you are able to manage on your own, right? So when you're doing the test, children, it should be according to the time and all which I mentioned in the test paper. So accordingly you should do it, so that when you face the exams, you will not have any difficulty. So do your work, children. Take care. God bless you.